Internet, good morning. My name is Pokemon Trainer Steve, aka Magnitude, and this is the Milwaukee Sawsbucks Season 6 GBA Draft Recap. Now, I'm actually away. I'm not home right now. I wasn't even home for the draft. I had to send my picks in via carrier pigeon, but they got there, and now you're watching this. So let's run down exactly what I got, why I got it, and where I got them, because I'm sure you're all curious as to why I picked half the shit that I did. First and foremost, we franchised Heatran. Now, I was originally slated to be the 5th pick this season, but 4 people behind me left. Put me in the number 1 spot, so actually I wasn't going to even franchise anything in the first place. I was going to go with my 5th pick and take either Mega Pinsir or Manaphy or Mew or something along those lines, Mega Lopunny, so I had options of what I wanted to take, but since I had the first pick, I might as well franchise Heatran, and then that could pair it up perfectly with my first overall pick, Mega Pinsir, aka Jabari Parker. What's Heatran weak to ground? Yeah, Mega Pinsir is immune to ground. What's Mega Pinsir weak to? Rock type? Yeah, Heatran resists that. Heatran's weak to fighting? Well, Mega Pinsir is going to quad resist that. Heatran's special, Mega Pinsir's physical. These two work together very, 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 very well. So of course I'm going to go pick them. I don't really need to tell you what Mega Pinsir can do. It Swords Dances, it quick attacks, it returns, it earthquakes. It's what it does. It kills things that aren't ready for it. It can take down injured and wounded teams in a snap of a finger. However measurable that time is, that's how long Mega Pinsir takes to take things out. Unfortunately, his girlfriend often complains about a similar problem, but not with taking people. Next pick, number 2. I had to wait a long time. John Henson the Block. Mega? No, not Mega. I already got that. Slowbro. Get a little Slowbro action. I had to wait 31 picks to get around. So a lot of the stuff I wanted to take were taken. I wanted to perhaps get a Latios, one of those. I actually wanted to get Starmie, but that was taken from me, so unfortunately couldn't. But the next best thing, instead of Starmie Water Psychic, let's get this one with Regenerator. It's got 100 base special attack. That's not terrible at all. Got a Regenerator, Psychic type, Water type, is a wall with Recovery, and it pairs nicely with Heatran as well. Like I said, the walls with Recovery are huge, because last year I think the problem was I didn't really have any walls with Recovery. I had Rotom, and that was my one. I mean, I used Shaman as a wall. Later on I got a Lomomoa, which had Wish, but other than that, it didn't really. I relied on too much stuff without Recovery to take hits, and that was my downfall, I think. So pairing that on the wheel, pick 33 is a Lilymon, the Florges. So now I got my wall core. I got a special wall with Florges, a physical wall with Slowbro. I am of the belief that you can manufacture offense. If you look at any of the top lists, obviously you'll get Mega Pinsir, Mega Lopunny, but in almost every league, the top 10 is totally different. I said again, outside those two. I'm of the belief that you can manufacture offense, but defense can't be taught. You can't teach that. You can't. 154 base special defense. That's just ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. So I got my wall core in Slowbro and Florges, and I got a nice Heatran there to protect Mega Pinsir. So pick 4, Heliolisk. I actually wanted to get a Zelf, but that was taken just before I picked, so that's unfortunate. Like 2 picks before a Zelf was taken, so not happy about that. I got all the way around me. But Spudweb here. I want a fast turner, and I want an electric type. And I couldn't get Raikou, so Heliolisk with base 109 speed, which is enough to outspeed stuff like Infernape, but not enough for the Latios, but that's okay. Spudweb here, it's got solar power, it's got Sand Veil, I got, Weather Setters, I can do stuff with that, and, it's a fast turner and it's electric type, so I can be immune to Thunder Wave, which is fantastic. But with the same theme, let's keep the fast turners going. We got Yunis. Like a fox. Again, I got the wheel, so all my picks are together. We have Mienshao. Mienshao is a U-turner that is also fast. Base 105 speed. Same speed as Mega Pinsir. I got speed this year so far. I got walls this year so far. And I got offense. This thing also has a generator. But it also has inner focus, so I'm not going to be flinched. It's just not happening. Fake out, that's a joke. Regenerator's fantastic. The ability to have fast turn. So I got a fast special attacking turner and a fast physical attacking turner, and this one has Regenerator. So I'm going to be able to initiate switches all day long with speed and power. Base 125 attack and base 90 special attack? I don't even know what a special move pool really is. I drafted it for the fast turning ability. It's a fighting type, which is fantastic. And Regenerator is always nice. So initiative, and again, we're trying to support Mega Pinsir with this squad. So right now I got 2 fast turners, 2 walls, Mega Pinsir and Heatran covering its weaknesses. We're looking pretty. Now again, I had to wait a long time to get my picks. We pick Hooba. Ghost Face. Now Hooba's an interesting little gem here. 2 quad weaknesses, Ghost and Dark. Dark's knockoff. Ghost, well, that's not as common. But it does something, it's got Magician, so I can steal items, but it's got a very vast move pool. Base 150 special defense. Now, when I was drafting, Heatran has a quad weakness to ground, so I picked something that was immune to it. Hoopa has 2 completely different quad weaknesses in Dark and Ghost. It's one of those things where now I know knockoff is common, so we address that. But I know knockoff is common. Ghost is not that common. I mean, somebody might tech a hidden power Ghost. That'd be interesting if they did, but I got some normal types to take that. I'm not worried about that. This thing gets knockoff. It gets that hyperspace hole move, which can hit through protect and detect, which is wonderful. So walls gotta watch out. They can't wish stall on me. Not today. He's got a very, 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 very vast move pool. Physically offensive, not as much, but especially offensive. You got a lot of options to choose from. It gets knockoff on the physical side, drain punch on the physical side. It just gets a lot of moves, and again, it has 2 quad weaknesses, but it's one of those where if you're not hitting it, especially it's gonna die to knockoff. I understand that, but a Ghost type, even if it's quad weak to it, it might not die to something that's not stab. So it attracts these quad weaknesses. That's what quad weaknesses do. They attract that move they're weak to, so I can utilize those in switches. If something's quad weak to Dark, are they going to risk not going for the Dark move? Well, obviously it depends on the situation, but, sometimes they got to make a decision, they got to make a choice, and I'm going to force them to make that choice. That's what Hoopa does. Pick 7. Oh, my boy, Gerald. Oh, Gerald the Sawsbuck. Pick 7. It's immune to Ghost, one of Hoopa's quad weaknesses, and it has 3 usable abilities: Sap Sipper, Serene Grace, Chlorophyll. I got a little guy named, Heatran that can get the sun up. Serene Grace is fantastic. Now, Salzburg has all the advantages of being a grass type, and then it's immune to stuff like Spore, and it gets grass stab. Very few grass type advantages. But it also gets the advantages of being a normal type in the form of Thunder Wave, Aromatherapy, Nature Power, Secret Power. If you don't know what Secret Power does, look it up. Salzbug's going to be utilizing that, I feel. Horn Leech with Recovery, which is fantastic. Base 95 speed, but if we're in the sun, that speed isn't really a problem. We got the option of Baton Pass. Its move pool is pretty good. Go ahead and... I just want everyone to sleep on Sawsbuck because it is a mascot pick, but I think I can make it work this year. And of course, by me, I mean Battler X is playing for me, but this is the squad I'm going to assemble for him. Sawsbuck on the outside is not very good. It's base 95 speed, base 100 attack. So you got to sacrifice one of those to boost the other one. Obviously, you got to go something like Jolly or an Adamant. But it's got a lot of support moves. And with the right support, and with the right ability, because again, it's got 3 usable abilities. If I'm playing in the sun, I don't only need speed because I get that double anyway. I can put that into, perhaps both offenses. Maybe I can fire off a Shadow Ball for a Ghost type. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe Thunder Waves and stuff. Options, guys. Options. Sawsbuck, look out. Don't sleep on Sawsbuck this year. That's all I'm saying. Next up, we have Sandslash. Need a Rapid Spinner? Check. A little more bulk? Check. Sandslash. Dr. Spins, guys. Dr. Spins has a sneaky high attack stat. It's got Earthquake, it's got access to Knockoff, it can Stealth Rock and Rapid Spin. And it can really work as a, it can really work as a physical sponge. It's one of those Pokemon that can take hits and then give it hits out. It gets Earthquake off a base 120 attack. That's crazy. I had a hair in my mouth. That's how crazy it is. Hair just appeared in my face. That's how crazy it is. Sandslash. It's going to be setting up rocks. It's going to be getting rid of rocks. But it's also going to be attacking offensively. And it's got Sand Veil and Sand Rush. So, you get a little Sandstorm action going. All of a sudden, Sandslash is going to be an issue for people. Just, we got Sand Rush, Sand Slash, and a possible Sand Veil Heliolisk. Oh, Heliolisk also gets Water Absorbs. That's just fantastic. Hariyama. This is a pick that no need for speed. It's an interesting choice. I already had a fighting type, but what does Hariyama do for me? Well, it gets a lot of priority. It gets Steel type priority, which is fantastic because I don't have a a fast Steel type. I mean, I have Heatran, but it's not fast. That's what I can Scarf it, but it's got Steel type priority. It's got possible Belly Drum with that priority. It's got Thick Fat, which gives me pseudo resistance to Ice and Fire, which are always fantastic. Seeing as Distracted Sawsbuck, which is weak to both of those, and Pinsir, which is weak to those. So it gets an interesting set of moves. This is more for if I want to bring a fighting type to take hits, but Mienshao isn't good enough to do that, so I can bring Hariyama for that. And he gets he gets some good support moves as well. It gets Whirlwind just in case. So this thing, it's there. There probably aren't going to be instances where I bring both Mienshao and Hariyama. There might be. I don't know based on the team structures yet, but Hariyama is a nice, something you have to plan for. And it's another resist to knockoff, which is going to give Hooba a little more knockoff support. Finally, the final pick, Ryback. Feed him more. Golbat can Super Fang things, can Whirlwind, can Defog. It's got options. Very bulky, can stall things out, can roost things out, and I want another flying or another ground resist, and then to get a ground immunity, which is nice. Weak to Psychic, which doesn't really make a difference to me. Golbat just there to, if I see a team with a lot of walls, I want to bring Golbat just to Super Fang those walls and make sure they don't sit around all day on me. But that's a squad, so let's get a picture of the squad here. Now, let's look at the thoughts of the team. Let's look at the places that I feel like somebody might comment on. Why is there no Dragon type? Well, I wanted a couple Laddies, but I didn't get them. And part of me is thinking that the Dragon types on my team are not necessary. I think they attract way too much attention for no good reason. But now you're thinking, Steve, but if a Dragon type attracts attention, wouldn't you want one to detract from other things? Not necessarily. You see, when the Dragons that I could have gotten are would be Salamence. One of the Laddies were just not there then. And I didn't want something else weak to Ice, because I would have to sacrifice one of my two walls. I wanted to get Noivern at the end, but that was sniped, so actually, instead of Noivern, I took Hariyama, which are two totally different Pokemon, but I like what Hariyama can do, and Noivern would have just been there to be a Dragon type and an extra special attacker, but I realized, I have Slowbro, I have Heatran, I have Heliolisk. Hariyama I think would be a good fit, but Salamence I wouldn't think would have fit on this team because it would have not allowed me to get my Wall Core. I already have something quad weak to Ice, or something weak to Ice with weak to Ice with Pinsir. I would have been unable to pick up Salzburg as a result, because then I would have 4 Ice weaknesses, 5 with Golbat. As you can see, I have Golbat, Pinsir, Sawsbuck, Sandslash, all weak to Ice, but I have kind of immunities, or I have a resist with Hariyama, resist with Heatran, and a resist with Slowbro. So I just couldn't add another one that would make any sense to me. I think Dragons attract a lot of attention, and I don't really think they would have fit on this team. I think if I would have had I would have to have a Salamence over, let's say something like Slowbro, and then I would have to find something that Slowbro can do, which you can't. Like I said before, you can manufacture offense later in the draft, but defense is forever. You need defense. And I didn't really realize that last year, but I think I have this year. I got 2 great walls in Slowbro and Florges. I have bulky. I can run bulky offense with Heatran, bulky offense with Hooba. Obviously, it's got 2 quad weaknesses. I know that. I addressed that. Bulky offense with Sandslash. I can run, and I have straight offense. Straight offense with Mega Pincer. Straight offense with Hoopa. Hindered a little bit by speed, but 150 special attack. Nothing to sneeze at. So I have plenty of options for a lot of stuff. Could run bulky offense with Slowbro. I'm a big fan of my team this year. I know people aren't going to be, but it's taken me 6 seasons now to finally figure out what I want in a draft, and I'm going to enjoy using this team. And I think that's where this season's going to be for me. I want a team that I can enjoy using, and success will come from that, I feel. I'm comfortable with my options, and I'm excited to use them as opposed to, ticking off Pokemon for a team that fit X role with Y Pokemon and all that. I don't want to do that. I wanted to pick Pokemon that I knew I could enjoy using, and you know me, there's always going to be a trick or two up my sleeve. So, this is the squad. George, we'll see you next week. Sawsbucks, let's fucking do something this year, huh? Let's do something this year.